Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to share with you my first trimester update. I am currently 17 weeks pregnant. I seriously cannot believe that I'm that far along. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I would love for you to help support me and join my little community here. Just make sure you hit that red box down below and hit the bell so you'll notified when I do post a new video. So yeah, let's jump into it and start talking about my first trimester. So like I said, I am currently 17 weeks pregnant. I feel like this pregnancy is just totally flying by, and I don't know if it's because this is my fourth baby, if it's because it's my last pregnancy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm just so busy with my other kids or because I'm not gonna get pregnant again after this one, that I just feel like I need to savor every moment of this, and it's just flying by. A part of me is kind of sad that I won't be having another baby. It's that whole you feel almost like you're getting when you're not having more children, it's because you're getting older. That's what I feel like that chapter of my life is now closing, and so it's weird to me, whereas my brothers and my cousins, they're all starting that chapter and just now getting pregnant and having babies for the first time, and I feel like that chapter in my life is closing. I am really excited to start the second chapter, but at the same time I am a little bit sad. And when you decided that this was your last pregnancy, if you were sad about it, if you totally knew nope, this is what I'm gonna do, let me know down below in the comments how you felt about it. I definitely have mixed emotions, but I know that I can't do this anymore. My body just doesn't like being pregnant. If you saw in my we're expecting video, I talked about how I was going to get a cerclage. So I did get my cerclage at, I think it was 14 weeks when I had it done. This is the second time I've had to get a cerclage because I have an incompetent cervix. So I start to dilate early and then I go into preterm labor. And that's why my son was delivered at 29 weeks. So this time I did have a cerclage again, just for precautionary measures, and I felt like the recovery this time around was so much worse. I felt like it took me longer to be able to start getting up and moving around and going about my day. When I would get up, my stomach would get so tight and I just have to go lay down again, and I just felt like I was a lot more crampy this time, so that was a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't know if it's because I'm older, if it's because I've done this before, so my cervix was just a little bit more irritable, but I'm glad that's over with. I'm glad I'm going on with my life. I don't have any more complications because of it or anything, so it's totally fine. I don't even notice that I have it. The other day though, I was out in the kids' sandbox and I was raking up all the leaves, and I started to feel pressure down there. So it almost feels like if something were to be closed up like this and you're putting something heavy on top of it, that's what I kind of had the feeling of, which even though I'm only 17 weeks and the baby's half a pound, it just still felt kind of heavy down there. So that was the only thing that's been kind of bothering me so far, but other than that, it's totally fine. I don't even notice it, so it's not a problem. But I have my little cheat sheet here so I can talk about some of the things that are going on. So my first trimester was awful. From weeks 6 to 10, I was purely miserable. I felt like I had the flu. I felt like I was hungover. I just felt so sick. And it's not to talk about morning sickness. No, I was sick the whole entire day, from wake up till bedtime, and I started a new job and I work night shift. So 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, my crazy children are in here. I was just so miserable, and so my doctor recommended taking the Unisim and the B6, and that would help with the nausea. And I don't feel like it did anything. I don't feel like it took the edge off at all. So I stopped taking that after a couple days, and I don't know if maybe I was supposed to take it longer to see if it would start working if I let it kick in, but I was just whatever. I don't really like taking medication anyways, especially with being pregnant, so I didn't do that. So that wasn't working. So I was just constantly eating like saltines and graham crackers, and I felt like I had to constantly have a full stomach, because if I wasn't like stuffing my face with carbs and just anything that was bad for me, then that's when I started to feel sick. So before I got pregnant, I was totally like, oh, I'm going to be so healthy with this pregnancy. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat good. Yeah, that just like went all out the window, because when you feel sick and miserable and exhausted, the last thing you want to do is have like a salad and oh my gosh. Okay, so when you're sick and miserable, the last thing you want to do is have chicken and salad and just like all this other healthy stuff. Like, yeah, right, give me the dang Mexican food, give me the cookies, give me all the carbs. Like, that's all I wanted. And I just personally didn't even care. I'm like, I am so miserable, I'm carrying this child, I'm gonna eat whatever the heck I want to eat. So for all of you out there that are pregnant, if you ate healthy your whole entire time, more power to you. And if you're feeling guilty because you want to have that cookie, then eat that dang cookie. That's all that I have to say. So because of that, I've gained 12 pounds already, which whatever. Yes, it's a little more than what I should have gained. Probably shouldn't have gained any in the first trimester, but my doctor doesn't say anything. He doesn't care. I don't care. I'll worry about getting it off afterwards. To me, it's just not a big deal. What's more important to me is being comfortable and having a healthy baby, and that's all that matters right now. So I will worry about the weight later. And you know, now I'm not nauseous anymore, so I've definitely slowed down my eating. I'll still kind of pretty much eat whatever I want. I have ice cream a couple times a week. I just don't really care. Like, I'll worry about eating healthy and losing the weight afterwards. So, you know, whatever. As far as vitamins go, because I was so nauseous, I bought at first these vitamins called Vitamin Code. So they're like an all raw, like organic, healthy prenatal vitamin, but you have to take 6 a day. And I'm sorry, but when you're nauseous, the last thing you want to do is take a big like horse pill. And these things were ginormous. So I was like, no. Because every time I took the pill, like I literally wanted to throw up. It made me want to gag. I totally dreaded taking them. So I found these ones at Target. You can also get them on Amazon. They are non-GMO as well. It's the Smarty Pants prenatals. They're vitamins, or they're a chewable. They're a gummy, I should say. So, and they taste really good actually. So I've been taking those. And then for the DHA, I just get the generic like Target brand. So they're not that expensive. You don't need anything fancy. You can just go to Target, get the generic brand. So that's what I've been doing for vitamins. And you know, some days I forget, but I just feel like between everything else that I'm eating, I'm sure my baby's getting the, you know, getting some good nutrients, so it's not like I'm totally depriving my child. And then a couple books that I've been liking. I do really like the What to Expect When You're Expecting. I did get the newer edition from when I was like pregnant a million years ago with my first one, so I got the more up-to-date version of this one. I really do like to read it. It goes by week to week. It tells you kind of like what to expect, what the baby's doing, like if they're, well, now the baby can hear, now the baby's this size, now the baby should be this length. So it's always just kind of like fun just to see. And then I did get a pregnancy journal. I had this with my last one, and this one is cool too because it's a day by day. So you put in like the date. Oh, I don't think you're going to be able to see. You put in the date, and it kind of says the same thing where it talks about, you know, what development is going on with the baby at that time. There's places where you could put your weight for each week so you can track that. It talks about like, oh, what do you want to remember this month, this week. Also, if you have other kids, you write, you know, little things like how did your child react when you first found out you were pregnant. So I just feel like this is just something that's fun for the, you know, for you to read later on. So I actually have one for Kindle, and I do compare her pregnancy to this pregnancy, so I can kind of be like, oh, in her pregnancy I felt the baby kicking at 15 weeks. Well, now at 17 weeks I still haven't felt it, so it's just kind of like cool to see that. And there will be like, oh, I had horrible heartburn, or oh, I had this sharp pain in my abdomen. So it's just kind of cool to see like how you felt in your last pregnancy compared to this one. And then if there is something that's a little bit scary, you can be like, oh yeah, well with Kendall I did experience that and it wasn't that big of a deal. So I definitely recommend that. And then as far as clothes go, I haven't gone like too crazy. I just feel like the basics is what's important. So at Target, by the brand Isabel Maternity, I got these jean like midi shorts. I think that's what they're called. Midi short midi. So most pregnancy shorts have the like band where it goes all the way down like that, and a lot of times you could see that on your clothes, like if your shirt kind of comes up a little bit. So I like that this one just looks like a normal jean short, but then this part is the like elasticy stretch part. So I did have to size down. These do run a little bit big. I also got them in blue as well, just like a jean. And then I'll just wear basic t-shirts. I did get a couple like maternity tanks from, so out of breath. That's one thing with being pregnant, you're so out of breath. Motherhood Maternity has good maternity tanks, and the Isabel Maternity line at Target as well. So I just like to be casual. I like to be comfy. So I'll just do tanks and or tanks and regular maternity t-shirts, or even just regular t-shirts, just a little extra size bigger. Also, in the beginning, you kind of are in that awkward stage. I was wearing maternity shorts pretty early on. I feel like my stomach popped pretty early, but that's normal if this isn't your first pregnancy. So I got these tanks from Madewell. That one's kind of, they're both kind of wrinkly. So they're just like a normal, I don't know what you would call this, kind of like a muscle tank, something you'd wear to work out. But they're really flowy, and those are really awesome to hide your bump when nobody knows yet that you have a bump. So I would definitely recommend those, just getting kind of like a bigger tank. And then I could still wear them now and they don't really show. Doesn't really show anything. But I have found that when you're this far along and you wear like a big flowy t-shirt, it almost makes you look fat. Like people are like, is she pregnant or is she fat? So I personally prefer like a tighter t-shirt right now. So just so it like accentuates the bump, and people are like, okay, she's skinny-ier, but she does have a belly, so I'm pretty sure that she's pregnant. But even then, people still don't ask me, don't say anything. And then from Motherhood Maternity, I also got these tank dresses. So I got it in just like a striped color, and then this one's all black. But what I really like about these, so you can see they're just like a long, let me see if I can zoom out. Oh, wrong way. They're just like a long tank dress, so it goes all the way down below my knees a little bit. But what you can do is you can dress them up, you can dress them down, which is really cool. So I wore this black one for our anniversary with heels. I'll insert a picture so you can see. Or you can also wear it with like tennis shoes, flip-flops, so then you can dress it down a little bit. They're super comfy, they accentuate the bump, they're super cute, and I think they run around like $15, but I just definitely recommend that. And then I also got this dress. My other favorite place to buy maternity clothes is Shop Pink Blush Maternity. So they have, if you want more of like trendier items, so items that look like, because sometimes maternity clothes can be ugly, whereas this place is like cute clothes, but they made it into maternity. So it's like stuff you would see at the store normally, but they made it into a maternity version. So we are having a gender reveal party in the next 2 weeks. So I got this really pretty blue dress, and it has flowers on it, because at first I was like, I'm gonna wear like a blue dress or a pink dress depending on what I want. But honestly, I don't have like a preference if I want a boy or a girl. I do want a boy for my husband, because then I know that he won't bother me anymore and be like, well, because if it's a girl, I feel like he's gonna be like, oh, we're definitely having one more. So I feel like if it's a boy, he'll be more content with not having any more. But at the same time, like, my son is crazy, and the thought of having another boy, I'm like, oh my gosh. So then it makes me want to have a girl. So I don't really like know exactly what I want to have. So I'm just kind of like torn either way. So I thought that this dress was cool because it has the blue and the pink. It goes down just perfect enough, like show just like a little bit of cleavage, and then it goes down to your knees. I'll show like a better version so you guys could see. But I'm also going to do a blog post on it, and then it will be in my gender reveal video so you guys can see how it wears. But they have super cute clothes. They have really, I mean, their baby shower dresses are so cute. You'll definitely have to check them out. And then speaking of gender reveal, so our last gender reveal we did the whole thing, like the cupcake and the colors in the cupcake. So this time I wanted to do something different, and I was seeing on Pinterest that everybody does these like smoke cannons, smoke bombs. So I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. But the one that's always on Pinterest, it is, I think it's called like Poof, there it is. It is so expensive. I think it was like $30 to $50 per cannon. And my children want to be involved in the gender reveal, so I'm like, I have to buy like 4 or 5 cannons, so this is going to cost me like a ridiculous amount of money. So I found this other place. It's called WeddingSparklersOutlet.com, and their cannons are $5. $5 a piece. And another thing I was worried about was, so we're finding out what we're having on a Monday, or like she's going to write what it is in an envelope, and I'm going to give it to a friend, and she's going to order the cannons, and then our party's on Friday. Well, I worried that they wouldn't be here in time. What I did was, because these ones were so cheap, I just ordered 4 in both colors. So I ordered 4 blue and 4 pink. So this is what they look like. So this is the cannon right here. So this one shoots up the smoke bomb, and then this one is confetti. So I thought that'd be cool to have like between the smoke and the confetti. And then what I'm just gonna do is like right before the party, I'll just give the envelope to my girlfriend, and then she'll go in my room and she'll grab which cannons to use. So I'm super excited to do that. We actually tested it out the other day just to make sure, like, okay, well, because these are $5, like we want to make sure they're not cheesy, and it actually is really good. So I'm super excited to do that. I can't wait to find out what we're having. I haven't even bought anything yet, which is so weird, because normally by now I've already like bought a bunch of stuff. But what my one big concern is because it is my last one, I'm almost wanting like all new stuff. I was looking at the Up a Baby Vista stroller. I'm like, oh, I want a new crib. This time I want to do like a bassinet, because our old house with our last baby was so small that I had to pick like a teeny tiny pack and play. So I got like the mini light one, and now this time I'm like, oh, I almost want a bassinet. But I was looking at the bassinets, and they only go up to 15 pounds. And I know some of you would be like, well, that's only, you know, that's good, that's like 3, 4, 5 months or whatever. But I have big children, so my child is going to be born at almost 10 pounds, which means they're probably only going to be in this bassinet for like a month. So I'm like, do I really want to spend the money when they're only going to be in it for a month? So I've been looking at used ones, but we'll see what we're going to do. And then another essential that I have to talk to you guys about is a Yeti cup, which this isn't even a Yeti cup. This is like the Target knockoff brand. I think it's Zak, Z-A-K. But I carry this thing everywhere with me. And then I just went and got metal straws off of Amazon.com. But I'm constantly filling that thing up, drinking a ton of water, just trying to stay hydrated so I don't cramp or anything. And then recently I started drinking some sweet tea, because I feel like when you're pregnant and you drink so much water, you get to the point where you're like, if I drink any more water, I'm going to throw up. Like, I cannot drink any more water. So now I've started drinking sweet tea. I can't drink like lemonade. I don't want to drink that much caffeine, so I'm not having any soda. But lemonade just, it's almost like too acidic, and it just hurts my stomach, and I just definitely don't like it. So I haven't been doing that. So water it is. And then anything else? I don't feel like, I think that's everything I talked about. Oh, another symptom that I had in the beginning, so if you're newly pregnant, is bloating. I felt like I was so bloated in the beginning, like you would eat something and your stomach would just feel so gross and uncomfortable and full, and it even would just like look bigger and just be like, ugh. So that was definitely a really annoying symptom, and I'm glad that that's gone. I felt like I lived on Tums in the beginning, so definitely stuck up on a bunch of Tums. And then yeah, I think that's it for my first trimester update. So I will zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the bump, so you can see how big it is. And then hopefully I won't take so long to update you on my second trimester. I feel like maybe as I get a little bit further along, I'll start doing more like weekly updates when I have more to talk about, so that way it's not just you have to wait until I'm in 28 weeks or whatever. So yeah, let me show you guys the bump. Alright, so here's the bump. This is another top from Motherhood Maternity. It's from the Jessica Simpson line. So here it is. So this is 17 weeks. So from the front, I feel like it's not too noticeable from the front, but then on the side, I feel like if I don't wear a tight top like this, then people are like, she just eats way too much. And then these are also those Target jeans shorts that I was talking about, so you can see they just have like the little stretch here. So I definitely recommend getting those. I think they are super cute. So yeah, so that is the end of my video. I hope you guys liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.